Good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you guys for tuning in. We're coming to you live from Talk Visual 305. We're downtown Homestead, and we have a special guest today. I wanted to say good morning to you all out there in our listening land. But most importantly, I have on my right hand here that's going to introduce this guy. We finally caught up to him.
Yeah, we finally got his time. He's been very, very busy. This guy is a pillar in this community. He's been here a long time. He's the owner of Miami Clippers Barbershop. He's also the owner of South Florida Barber Schools. He is an elected official for the Malibu Bay Malibu Bay CDD. This guy does tremendous things for this community. He helps out so many people. Please help us give a warm welcome to Alberto Eiras.
Thank you. Good morning, sir. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming on our podcast today. We wanted to say thank you. We wanted to make sure, listen, we're leaving crumbs for the next generation. So we most importantly wanted to give you your flowers. I know men typically don't like flowers, but we wanted to say, hey, here's your digital flowers from us. Thank you for the things you have done. Thank you for the things you're currently doing. And thank you for the things you will continue to do in the future. We're watching, we're following closely. So thank you. So, Miss, how are you doing today?
I'm doing awesome. I'm doing great. I'm happy to be here. It's a privilege to be here.
Thank you.
To support you guys, everything that you guys are doing for the community. Talk Visual 305 is a great platform.
Thank you, sir.
It brings everybody in the community together, and you guys are doing an awesome job, and I'm happy to be part of it.
Well, as we get into it today, but most importantly, man, I see that you have your family here with you. I want to say thank you to your lovely wife and your sons and daughters, everybody that came through that says, hey, it means a lot. Keep it in the family, man.
Yes.
It's a beautiful thing. That's what I've tried to do, and that's a very difficult task to do. But you were able to pull it off. Congratulations there.
Thank you.
So, Julio, what you got for him?
A lot of people see Albert as this extremely successful businessman, but many people don't know some of the struggles he's had to go through in life. And can you help us understand a little bit, Albert, of some of the things that help shape your life, some of the adversity that you've been through that keeps you going every single day now?
Sure. Great question. Just to give you a bio of myself.
By all means.
I was born in New York, and I'm Cuban.
Go Knicks?
Yeah, finally won after 50-something years. But we came to Miami in the 70s, and I'm Cuban American. My mom was a cosmetologist as I was growing up, and I was around the beauty industry. My family was always business owners, professionals in my family and stuff like that, and I grew up around all of that. My father died when I was 8 years old.
Okay.
So my mom raised 3 boys on her own. And we learned to fend for ourselves.
Right.
And it was 3 boys. So that taught me a lot. And Miami was different back then.
Right.
What it is. We weren't coddled
Right.
like society is today.
Right.
So I eventually married. I have 3 beautiful kids.
Yeah.
My late wife passed away of leukemia
Okay.
when I was in my 30s.
Yeah.
And I ended up raising my children on my own. I was a single father raising 3 kids. I had to reinvent myself. I was talking to my mom one day, and I told her I wanted to open up my own business, and she suggested a salon.
Right.
I mean, as a single man, salon would have been a great idea.
Yeah.
But my mind was focused on being a father and having the flexibility to come in and out and raise my kids.
Right.
So I decided to open up an upscale men's barbershop here in Homestead. I moved to Homestead because we lived in Westchester. So I grew up in Westchester, and I moved to Homestead because I saw the opportunity in Homestead. I remember Kendall, the hammocks, when there was nothing out there. I remember Doral,
Swamp.
Right.
and all the opportunity. And I saw Homestead as the next frontier. So I came out here and I invested in real estate, and I opened up my business. And nowadays we have a chain of barbershops, and we also have the school. And I try to give back to the community as much as I can. And I have 3 beautiful adult children. I remarried.
Yeah.
My beautiful wife, and I have my son.
Shout out to the wife, by the way.
Thank you.
Shout out to Jessica, shout out to Jess, shout out to Raquel, shout out to
That's
Joel,
it.
shout out to Joey.
Right.
Is that
I have my
still
son
recording?
Angel. My son Angel is my oldest, married, have 2 beautiful granddaughters. I have my daughter Rachel, and my son Joey, and then my youngest son Anthony.
Yes, it's still.
All right.
My team,
Right,
that's
right,
my
yeah.
team.
So the way you've set up, I mean,
Yeah.
extremely successful, chain of barbershops. You've got a barber school. And we went to the graduation where you guys did your inaugural graduation, and there were 72 graduates that you guys graduated. We got to give it up for the graduates there.
And that was the first one.
Yes.
And what was extremely impressive was you've established your business model where every person in your family plays an important role where they add value.
Mm-hmm.
Your wife, tremendous asset to your business.
Very good.
Your daughter, your sons, everybody.
Right.
Everybody is playing a part, and
right.
they all add value. Did you do that strategically, or did it just kind of happen by chance?
It was organic. Like I mentioned earlier, I opened up the barbershop to give me the flexibility to be able to raise my 3 kids. I remember I built an office in the back, and they would come. I would pick them up after school. They come to the barbershop. They do their homework,
Right.
and then they would help me around the shop. I didn't want them out in the streets,
Right.
so I kept
Kept
them
them close,
indoors.
right?
I kept them close to me. They're great business leaders. It organically grew. My boys told me that they wanted to become barbers, so they went to school. They got their license, and little by little, they just started helping me around the shop. And
Right.
today we have 4 shops. My oldest son, Angel, runs all 4 barbershops,
Okay.
along with one of my nephews. My son, Joel, was part of that also, and we decided to open up the school, so he came aboard as an instructor. When we decided to open up the school, it was right around COVID. We were losing a lot of barbers and stuff like that because of COVID. Everything was changing, and we were at home, and we started talking about how can we get barbers.
Right.
So, of course, my wife and my daughter are educators. My wife was
Shout
in
out
the
to those teachers, man. Yeah, well,
Yeah.
In fact, educators as a whole, right?
My wife was a teacher for 21 years in the public school system. My daughter was also an educator for 10 years. And we thought about opening up a school. And we looked at the landscape of our family, and we noticed that, hey, we have all the elements to open up a school.
Right.
We have the business, we have the instructors, and we have the education part.
Right.
And then we have the means and the finances to be able to do it. So we went ahead and we launched the school. We're approved by the Board of Education. We're also accredited.
Right.
by
Which was the
state.
hardest?
The hardest was that I had to find a location, pay rent for a year, while my application
It's being processed.
was processed
Wow.
through the Department of Education. Because
Right.
you have to have a physical location
Right.
for them to even consider you.
Even to consider you.
Yes.
Wow.
So and
Okay.
then just and we went through that whole process. It was hard, getting accredited.
Right.
That was also difficult, and just the building of the school, putting it all together.
Right.
It's something
Right.
that's not easy.
No,
it's not
not at
easy
all.
to do.
But it's a big deal
Right.
because now with the accreditation and having the school set up the way you've organized it and the professionalism that is at the school, this is now top tier. And this
Right.
could be nationwide. It could be
Thank
global. It could
Right.
be whatever you want it to be.
Right.
Are those the plans that you've got, in a big picture sense?
If I may add to that, from a businessman to a businessman, and from a family perspective, my son, when growing up, he was a baby in the back of the store, and being in the technology space, opening 7 days a week, and with him sitting there, wanted nothing to do. Once he grew up, he became an engineer and decided, I want nothing to do with the technology space, because he grew up painting walls and all that stuff. For you to be able to have that dynamic where the family organically wanted to do that, I tip my hat
Yeah.
for you.
Thank you.
I mean, that's an amazing job. So good job there in that respect. I just wanted to plug that because that matters a lot.
And it was evident when we saw it.
Yeah.
Very classy the way you guys put together that graduation. It's
He
almost-
needs a drum roll for
it's
that.
a model. That
was amazing,
It set
man.
the bar now.
Yeah.
For people that want to do graduations at Seminole Theater,
Yeah.
they better take a page out of your book if they want it to look and be as presentable as that.
Thank you.
You know,
Very,
as we say, we leave crumbs for the next generation. You've created a roadmap now with the crumbs you've left, to where when we look back at this 10 years from today, and we say, what did it take for you to create a business or come up with the idea? It mushroomed into what it is today. That is very, very, very good. I mean, what an accomplishment. You have no clue how much it. I'm sure you have a clue, but those out there who's thinking about trying to do something like that or thinking of opening, and you did it around COVID when you first started, so it made it even harder. So the fact that you were able to use the Seminole Theater and put that show on, it was A+.
Thank you.
And we've been to a lot of shows that hit different.
Albert, becoming, let's say, fully integrated, right, with your business model. And the career path for a barber. Walk us through a kid coming out of high school. He goes to your school. He becomes licensed. Walk us through that career path and how that person from coming out of your school becomes successful.
Sure. So the state of Florida allows you to be 16 years of age and come to barbering school, cosmetology, to our trade. So we do a lot of fairs at the high school level, and we have one of the graduates at the graduation was 16 years old.
Okay.
And as soon as he turned 16 on his birthday, he came to us when he was 15, and for his 16th birthday, he signed up and he went to our school and he graduated. But what we do as a school, since it's a private school, we teach you, we have the curriculum set, we give you all the tools of the trade that you need, and we prepare you and we teach you how to cut hair. But we also teach you about business, we teach you how to be part of the community and stuff like that, and do community events like we've done here in Homestead.
And you're very entrenched in the community.
Thank you.
We see that.
Thank you. Once you graduate, we help you with job placement. So,
Well, you want them to work at your school, don't you? I mean, that would be the best.
I'm sorry?
You would like them to work at one of your shops.
Not necessarily, because I've been around for 20 years at my shops, and I do already have good barbers, and they've been with me. Now, I graduated 72 students.
Okay,
You
I
know?
see. There's not enough space.
I don't have enough barbershops. I would have to open up a
Which
lot
plaza
more.
are you now going to purchase?
But the objective here is to uplift the barbering community in Homestead.
Right.
See, what I'm providing is that you come to our school, we help other barbershops
Right.
find employment,
Right.
which it was difficult for me when I first started, and I know it's difficult for them. You guys as business owners know it's hard to find good people.
Yeah.
So we train our people and we prepare them for real life scenarios out there in the barbershop industry. We help them with job placement. A lot of them have gone on to open up their own business.
Right.
Like we have 2 gentlemen that graduated from our school that are here down the street with
They've
a
opened
movie
up their
theater,
own shop.
and they have opened up their own shop.
So you now have offsprings.
Yes. Or they'll go
They're
out and open
mushrooming
up
in it.
their own barbershop, or
Okay.
they'll do mobile, or they'll do house calls and stuff like
Okay.
that. In a way, I'm creating, as you would say, my own competition.
Right. That's
Right.
it.
But that's perfectly fine because I'm uplifting the community
Great.
and everybody's providing a better service to the residents.
The foundation was set. You created a very strong foundation now to where they can say, where did you go to school at? You know, I remember back in the day, Beauty School of America was around,
Yes.
right? You are the new Beauty School of America.
Well,
Point
thank you,
blank,
but
period.
no.
I said it here first, guys. He's bigger and better. All right, just put it out
That's
there. All right.
That's a huge compliment. Thank you.
But we see it. I mean, it's kind of the model. You've fine-tuned it. You've made it better. You're doing an amazing job. And we wanted to make sure for those who are out there following you to understand the amount of work it took. And now you are leaving crumbs because now you have offsprings that's going out there, whether they work for you or go and work somewhere else. The foundation is set. And the roadmap is there, and you're documenting it, which is a great thing for even if you're not here, it lives on. It's already taken on a life of its own.
Albert, when you started your career and thought about opening a barbershop, have you ever been a barber?
No.
All right, that's a very interesting point. Very interesting point, because you don't necessarily have to be in the trade
Right.
to understand the business and the type of lifestyle it could give you. You know, if you work hard. I remember when I met you, you were going around with business cards to everyone saying, hey, I got the new
Great.
upscale family barbershop.
That's it.
Here you go. Upscale family
That's
barber.
it.
I'm like, who is this guy?
Right.
Who's telling
Yeah, I remember
everybody?
him in the plaza.
Telling everybody in the world.
That's it.
But that was your way
That's it.
of making sure that the word got out.
That's it.
And when I happened to say, you know what, I'm going to go to this barbershop
That's
to
it.
see what it's all
That's
about.
it.
I walked in and noticed immediately it was just different.
Right.
It was a more welcoming barbershop. It had good barbers.
That's it.
It was
Family-
clean
and family
It
friendly.
was clean, family friendly.
Yep.
You saw kids, you saw elderly people, you saw everyone. It was a very diverse environment.
But
And
most
I-
important too, organized.
yeah, and I knew I didn't have to wait long.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you go to barbershops where it's appointment only and you sit there forever. You got to wait for these people to finish whatever they're. This was like, hey, come sign in. All right, this guy will take care of you right away. So that set the trend, and all of a sudden, I started seeing everybody start talking about your barbershop.
Right.
So from those humble beginnings, you knew that you had to go out and start giving cards to everybody. Is that how you started?
That's one of the ways that I started. Being in business management and coming from corporate into opening up my own business, I said to myself, how can I make my shop successful? So I looked to see what Coca-Cola was doing, AT&T, you know, all the big 500 Fortune companies.
Avanti's in there too.
Yes, of course. So I looked at them and their marketing, you know, and I said, I have to market myself.
That's right.
So yes, from humble beginnings, I went out there and I made flyers, 5,000, 10,000 at a time, and I would pass them out every day.
Yeah.
I remember we would go to Publix or the grocery store. I give my kids the grocery list and I tell them, go get everything, and I would walk around and just pass out flyers.
You know, before I had hair, I would do that. I would.
Yeah.
I was visiting. I was
And,
one of the.
and I've
one of
done
the get-
mailers, I've done TV, I've done billboards, I've done newspaper. I've blanketed every form of marketing that you can locally. And I just concentrate
local.
on the local market.
That's it.
I don't try to advertise outside of the local market.
Shop, live local. Right.
Yes.
That's the key right there.
That is a key.
And
So
you mentioned, and I wanted to create a professional family environment for the community. Why have to go to Coral Gables to get a nice haircut in a nice upscale men's barbershop?
Right.
I wanted to bring that locally to the Homestead residents.
Right.
So if there's a person out there looking to switch careers and they're watching this podcast today and they like what you've said, what kind of advice can you give them as the very first step? Is it more mindset? Is it more finding the right location? Is it more having the right team? What would you say to somebody that might want to follow your footsteps?
All of the above.
Yeah?
All of the above that you mentioned. Yeah, you have
That's
to
it.
you definitely have to have a good team.
Right.
You have to believe in yourself.
100%.
You know, I would tell a young person, you know, continued education. Once you finish high school, if you go to college,
Right.
you know, read books
That's right.
that will help you, you know, structure yourself the way and build yourself up the way that you want. So then when you do go out into the community, you have the knowledge and the wisdom
Right.
to connect with the people. Then you want to become a barber, find a good school.
Right.
You know, get a quality education,
Right.
and then go out there and work. You
Right.
got to work.
I'd like to skip the barber and just become what you
You're
are.
right. They want to skip that step. See, one of the things I've seen too, a lot of times, person takes those approach. None of it matters without the will, because I've seen them have. You can have the plaque on the wall, and I've seen persons with the degree, but not using the degree at all. They completely take a left turn, and their degree is for a right turn. But if they don't have the will, and I think the crumb is going to be for the person with the will, because the success story I've found happens with, if you have the degree and the will, the world is yours. If you just have the degree, that's just a piece of paper on the wall, looks good and makes you feel good. So I feel that, and what do you see, and if I may shift, what do you see, what is your forecast for the next 5 years?
Our forecast right now, we're going to be expanding. We're introducing cosmetology, nails, facials. So we're turning into a full beauty school.
Are we hearing this first?
Yes.
All right, guys, you heard it first here on Talk Visual 305.
So we're transitioning from a barber school to a beauty school.
Okay.
And I just signed a lease for additional space. So we're going to be building out that space, and we're going to be housing those classes in that space.
Okay.
So and that'll be in 2027. So the great thing is that we're going to be growing as a school.
So in the immediate future, next year and beyond, you see that, okay, a full scale. Before, you're not concentrating on just the barber school. Now it's a beauty school.
Correct.
As I mentioned, South Florida Beauty School. It's here. You know, we speaking it into existence, right? And that's one of the cool things. Julio, what else you got for me?
With the rising cost of education these days, you know, if you go to a 4-year and get a 4-year degree at a university, I mean, the tuition cost is through the roof. If a person wanted to become a barber, is it affordable for the average person in, let's say, Homestead, South Miami-Dade?
Yeah, it's affordable, and there's scholarships.
Right.
We just applied for Title IV funding, which is financial aid,
Okay.
which we'll be receiving later on this year.
Whoop, whoop.
So we're going to be offering that to our students. So, you know, vocational trade school is affordable, opposed to a 4-year degree at a college or university. And the education system is shifting.
Right.
You know, 60% of graduates in the future are going to be female, where males are going to be doing more trade work.
Right.
You know, so we're going to be on the front line to be able to offer those things.
Right.
And like you gentlemen mentioned earlier, we can grow the school in other directions also.
Right.
But right now we're concentrating on the beauty industry.
So the person that wants to be a barber, or the person that wants to go into cosmetology, nails, hair, whatever else, are they all the same amount in terms of money to become licensed in those different categories?
No, it's different.
So if you wanted to do nails, it may not be as expensive as becoming a barber, and may not the same
Right.
number of hours.
Oh, it lasts as long too.
Yeah, so barbering in the state of Florida is 900 hours for a master barber license, and there's 600 hours for a restricted barber license. And if you go for cosmetology, it's 1,200 hours. And then you also have to incur the kit and everything that the student gets.
Right.
Cosmetology, it scopes everything in the beauty industry. Okay? Facials, makeup, hair, nails, everything. But then there's other courses, like for example nails, where they just concentrates on nails.
Okay.
So it would be less expensive because you're just doing nails. If you want to do facials, it just concentrates on facials. But if you want the full scope, it would be cosmetology.
Understood.
So the prices, they do differ depending on what you want to.
So I've noticed that becoming a nurse was a trend for a long time, which I think it still might be a trend. It's a very safe job.
Right.
Are you starting to see more of a gravitational pull towards cosmetology? Like, are people gravitating towards?
Cosmetology has always been something that blanket across the country.
100%.
It's something that's needed.
Right.
You know, it's part of the beauty industry. If you drive around, almost every shopping center either has a salon, a barber shop, or a nail salon.
Right.
It's part of the community, the fabric of the community. So it's something that'll always be around. Some people get into the beauty school and they build successful businesses, or they go off and work in corporate America, let's say for Estee Lauder, or big brands and stuff like that, or they use it as a stepping stool to other things that they want to do in life. I have a student that got his barber license, went off to college to get his 4-year degree, but he's the only licensed barber on campus.
Wow.
And he uses the app,
Right.
and he books all his appointments.
Right.
And
Do
he
you-
does
do
really
you-
well for himself.
Where does technology play? What role does technology play for you? I mean, how do you see it? Back in the day, we used to do like what you did, hand out a flyer, hit the street corners, hit, our word of mouth and our newspaper and, repetition. How does social media help you today?
Technology has changed a lot, especially after COVID. That was one of my biggest challenges. Thank God I have
Right.
my team, and they helped me with that a lot. But now there's booking apps where before you would walk into the barbershop, there'd be a long wait.
Right.
You have to sign in on
Right.
a sign-in sheet, and you would have to wait. Now we use a program where we have our own app at the barbershops. So you'll download the app, you'll pick the service, the barber, the location, book your appointment, and you just come in 10 minutes before, and you'll be able to be serviced. And you can pay for your services online. So technology is always changing, and we have to change with technology. And then you have platforms like yourself,
Right.
Talk Visual 305.
Yes, sir.
To be able to get the exposure.
Now, how has shifting gears a little bit, how has the city, what is your relationship with the city when it comes to opening your shop? Has it been a pleasant experience? Do you think there's room for improvement? What do you think is going on with the city? Because we're wanting to attract businesses to come specifically to downtown Homestead, where each of us have a footprint down here. How do you feel about the way the city operates and attracts businesses?
That's a good question. Being at the barbershop, I hear so many different experiences that people have gone through. I can honestly say I've had a good experience.
Okay.
Every time I open up any business, I've had a good experience here at the city of Homestead and down at Miami-Dade.
Yeah.
Right.
But one of the reasons is because I'm very involved. I will go to the city and I will ask questions and I will do my homework and find out what's the next step.
Right.
Right.
And because I do that, I'm always a step ahead
Got it.
of everything.
Got it.
So
Got it.
I prepare.
Disconnected.
I prepare. Like for
No worries. Go ahead. Keep
Oh,
talking.
So I prepare. Like right now, we're opening up. We're expanding our footprint for
Right.
cosmetology.
Right.
I did my homework on the shopping center. I pulled up zoning on my own before I even signed the lease. I pulled up zoning. I already spoke to my architect. I had him do a mock-up of plans, how much my cost will
Right.
be. I know everything, how much it's going to cost me. I have all that information before I pull the trigger and I move forward. So I'm the kind of person that before I dive in, I want to know how deep the water is.
Right. So
Where most people don't do that, and then they struggle.
later on, in certain plazas, flooding is an issue. So one of the things I would kind of mention briefly in my plaza years of being in them, kind of speak to them, ask them about the flooding issues in the plazas that you go into, because as we go into these storm seasons, certain plazas flood a lot, and really gets bad. So I noticed where we were over behind Chili's there, and when they first started, where the beauty school was, a little bit of rain and the drainage was not good. So all of a sudden, it's impacting your business. So if you can, make sure you talk to them about the plaza flooding. That's been one of those things that most people overlook as one of the things they don't ask about. And then our summer comes around.
But that's where Beauty Schools America was before you. Is that the one you referred to?
That's the one there. And the other ones too over there on Campbell, it floods too. But unfortunately, I haven't seen it flood a lot because we haven't had that much of a rain. So just be mindful. I always try to leave those crumbs for those business owners. Talk about flooding. How does it impact you? Because it'll suck if you can't get to you, right? Or need a boat. So,
Albert, what encouraged you to get involved with the CDD at Malibu Bay?
Good question.
by the way, he's an elected official.
He is an elected official.
Let's put that on the record.
There were some issues with the prior administration that was running the CDD and the clubhouse and stuff like that. And some of the leaders in Malibu Bay came to me and approached me and asked me if I would run for the seat that was coming up.
Yeah.
And because they wanted me, my expertise, my
Right.
business leadership, and so forth. So I looked into it. I did it to help my neighbors and my
Right.
community. And I live there.
Of course.
So I want what's best for Malibu Bay.
Mm.
So I went ahead and I ran, and I won the seat. This is my second term. So I've been in the
Congrats.
seat. I'm a vice chairman,
Right.
and it's been 6 years. And we have a really good board. I have a really good team there. You know, everybody does a great job, and we're doing really good. And we haven't raised taxes in the community. We did it one time, and it was equivalent to a cup of coffee.
Mhm.
You know, but we've been able to do a lot of things in the community, at the clubhouse, and with the lakes and so forth. So, and that's how I ended up getting
Right.
involved.
So what do you
I was
feel
asked.
that some of your challenges are as, you know, being a board member? Because every association have their challenges, right? What do you feel that, obviously you're an asset to them as well, bringing in your expertise, but what do you see as being a challenge here today?
A lot of the challenges that we had, we've resolved them.
Okay.
I do see, I mean, when people think of they say association, but
Right.
the CDD is the CDD. A lot of people confuse it for HOAs.
Right.
It's
Okay.
two completely different
Right.
things.
Right.
One doesn't have anything to do with the other. Most people don't understand what a CDD is.
Mm-hmm.
But usually CDDs exist within a development like Lennar, DR Horton, somewhere where there's associations.
Right.
But the CDD is part of your taxes. It's included within your taxes. It doesn't have nothing to do with your association. So basically, the big developers, back in the days, they used to buy a piece of land, do the infrastructure, build the houses, and turn around and sell them.
Right.
But it got too costly, so then they would buy the land and they would ask for bonds from the city.
Okay.
So let's say they get a $30 million bond
Right.
that's provided by the city, and then that is repaid over like a mortgage for 30 years. But it's included in your taxes.
Okay.
And that's why we're elected officials, because we're managing taxpayers'
Money.
money.
Bottom line.
Where an HOA is just a payment,
Right.
and that's why there's issues at HOAs and stuff
Right.
like that, because it's not supervised.
Right.
You really don't know where the money is.
Right.
Here, everything is accounted for. So we're a board and we make decisions. We don't handle any money. We make the decisions,
Right.
and we allocate the money for projects and for the improvement of the community, just like at the city level.
Right.
Right.
Just like at the city level.
Right.
So issues that we're having, I mean, we've just finished remodeling our clubhouse. We're trying to finish that and open that up for our community. There is a seat that is available. One of the board members is moving.
Okay.
So that seat will be available. So if there's anybody out there that lives in Malibu Bay or knows somebody that lives in Malibu Bay and wants to be part of the CDD and give back to your community,
Do they
please,
have to be?
you have to be a resident
resident.
within
Oh,
Malibu Bay.
okay.
So if you know somebody that lives in there or does live in there,
Right.
and they want to be part of the CDD, there will be an open chair. You can come out.
But the
and
election,
talk to
is
us.
it November? This coming November?
Yeah. Well, every seat is different, but my particular seat runs every 4 years, just like the presidential one.
Right.
Okay.
So I'm on the ballot at the same time as. when
But
we
for
choose a
those for
president.
that seat that's available, for those out there that may be interested, when is the election for that seat?
I would have, if I remember correctly, that one is available now in November.
November.
But you can also reach out to our CD, the Stonegate CDD, and inquire, and they'll give you more information on that.
So Stonegate and Malibu Bay CDD, are they one and the same?
So Malibu Bay is the community. Stonegate
Amazing.
CDD is
Okay.
the CDD that's there to operate. Just like you have different HOAs
Right.
within the community. Like we have
Yeah.
5 different HOAs
Right.
for in our community.
It can become very complicated
Yes.
for those who don't know. And the reason why we're having this discussion is because a lot of times persons just don't know. but that doesn't exempt them because you don't know, right? Like the law says, you're not exempt because you don't know. So thank you for sharing and dropping those crumbs for us about that. Julio, what else you got for him?
Albert, if you could give one piece of advice to your younger self, see, you were 18 years old. What advice would that be?
Younger self.
That kid coming from New York.
I started earlier.
Started earlier?
Earlier.
Started
That's
earlier.
it.
Okay.
That's it.
So like
Started
the Italian
earlier.
families, you're
That's
12.
it.
Go open a business.
Started earlier.
You're 16 is not that number.
What are you doing home? Go do something.
And I say that because it's rewarding to see where I'm at now. Like I was in corporate, so and I liked it. I grew
Right.
up in New York. I grew up around all of that stuff. So back then it was like, go to school and go work for a big
Right.
company.
Right.
So but the freedom that we have and the success that when you work hard, I wish instead I became a business owner because I widowed.
Right.
And I needed to raise my kids and have the flexibility.
Right.
So if I would have known that I would have planted all these seeds and enjoyed all these fruits, I would have done it in my 20s.
Right.
There's a
Understood.
lot of people out there that really know what they want.
Right.
They really know what they want, and they start at a young age.
True.
You know?
So at the end of the day, what is fun for you?
Fun?
Real fun. What is real fun for Albert when you turn the lights off and you go home, or whatever it may be? What is fun for you?
At my age right now, my little boy.
See that?
I honestly enjoy viewing life through his eyes.
Right.
Like the way he enjoys things.
Right.
I wasn't as fortunate with my first three because, you're young, you're working, and you're trying to build and trying to raise your kids and your family. We all go through
Right.
that. And sometimes we miss certain things.
Right.
I have a great relationship with all my kids. I'm blessed
Right.
because I get to work with them and we get along. We respect each other. We love
Right.
each other, and my wife is part of all of that. But I get to enjoy him a lot more because I have the flexibility now.
That's it.
I'm a lot older.
And he's a whiz kid too.
Yeah.
He's going to give me some stock tips coming up, guys. Just so you know.
He's part of a really good program,
That's it.
business program for kids that Albert was telling me about.
Uh-huh.
That's really setting up the foundation for him to be a very successful young man.
So at the end of the day, truly family time is the key, right? The
Yeah.
underscore for.
Like for Father's Day,
Oh,
my kids wanted to take me to a nice restaurant, go out to eat dinner,
right.
the whole experience and everything, which I enjoy.
Right.
But I wanted to just stay home and relax,
Isn't that the thing?
just kick it, be in the
Is
pool.
that happen at a certain age? Is what when you just I don't
Yeah, I
do
guess.
nothing.
Yeah,
You get to the point you don't want to see people, huh?
No,
I just wanted to
wanna stay
relax at home.
do nothing.
and just hang out with them.
Yeah, that's
know?
it. See, fun is simple as you get older. Fun in the younger years is
simple
like, let's
things.
go out and run down the hill and do everything, right? Now it's a matter of pull the throttles back,
Yes.
relax, and spend family time. Traveling is in the mix.
Yes, my wife loves to travel.
Oh, say less.
If it was up to her, we'd be on a plane right
That's
now.
it. In Europe somewhere, right? Tearing up the ground in South America somewhere, there's eating some good
Yeah.
food.
I know they love Joel at the school because when you guys announced his name, the arena erupted.
Ooh, that's it. That's it.
Everybody was like,
That's it. Boy. Whatever you're
that's
doing
my
is working. That's it. He said he paid them all $1. They all love you over there. That place was rocking.
Because like I said, we had all the elements to open up a school.
Yeah.
Joel, he has great people skills.
Yes.
He grew up in the shop at the age of 10.
That's it.
So he learned how to interact with people and stuff like that. And he's just a teddy bear at heart.
That's it, man.
So everybody
That's
navigates
it.
to him, and he always wants to do what's best for the students and stuff like that. But they
100%.
do love him, yeah.
Yeah. And you can tell it's organic, man, and you don't have to fake it, right? So at the end of the day, is there anything for our audience that you wanted to say? I mean, obviously, how do they find you? I mean, obviously, they can look it up. For those who live local, but there's a person just moving in, Homestead is no longer Homestead like it used to be.
Yeah.
A good 60% or more, in my opinion, has moved into Homestead. I remember when we used to, a few times I didn't even lock my store won't put that out there, but and accidentally, and went back the next day, nothing. Today is like you don't know one. You know, everybody's new in town. So how does one find you or find the school to be able to sign up and to come and look for? I want to find a nice barbershop in the area because I just moved into town. I need to get my fade on.
Sure. I'm always at my businesses.
Okay.
I visit them on a daily, weekly basis.
Right.
I'm always present.
Right.
If you walk into any of my shops and ask for me, my guys will pick up the phone and call me.
Right.
You know, Miami Clippers has 4 locations. We have 2 on Campbell Drive, 1 at the Galileo Plaza, 1 across street from the hospital at Crystal Lakes, where Crunch Fitness is at.
Yeah.
Then we have another one on 288th and 137th where the Publix is at.
Mm-hmm.
And then our 4th location is right next to the airbase on 288th.
Okay.
In the small shopping center. The school is on Chrome Avenue,
Mm.
and you can walk into any of my businesses and ask for me, and I'll make time for you, you know, or reach us by email or online or so forth.
Well, shout out to your team over there too. I think I know Byron over there. He's a character
Yeah.
and he's fun. He's a fun dude.
Yes. He's a
And I'm
great,
sure amongst many of them out there,
he's
right?
a great cosmetologist.
That's it.
Yes.
That's it. I remember him from way back in the day.
Well,
So-
Albert, we commend you. We applaud your success.
Thank you.
You've been a role model to many people in this city. I'm sure there's a lot of people in the audience that are, also seeing this as inspiration. So thank you for what you're doing in the city of Homestead, and we appreciate you coming on to our platform, Talk Visual 305. Please, if you guys out in the audience, if you want us to continue to bring great leaders like Albert to our podcast, like and subscribe. We're going to continue to bring all of these great people. Albert, thank you so much again from the bottom of our heart. We appreciate you. We wish you guys much success.
Thank you.
All right.
And
Thank you.
Talk Visual 305, guys, we're out. We're live. We're downtown. We're trying to leave crumbs for the next generation. So help us by liking and subscribing. Thank you all. Have a great rest of your day. Bye for now.